I see several priorities for the global agenda. We must continue to fight against the global pandemic. We must revitalize the global economy and accelerate its transition to net zero. We must preserve biodiversity by deploying nature-based solutions, and we must narrow the gap between the rich and the poor to achieve more sustainable global development.
Welcome in to the blockchain basement. We have broken $100,000 on Bitcoin. Oh, fuck. Absolute chaos has broken out on the Hill. Secret Service members are freaking out, man. Was 9/11 an inside job? Was the Trump assassination an inside job?
Yes.
All this and more. Altcoins, some great ones, but a coin I warned everyone about that was probably going to rug, causing some major pain across the board. But Isaac,
Sir.
How are you doing? You're kind of looking a little dead today.
I am dead inside. One, I was very late. You didn't point it out, but I'll point it out for myself because I hold myself accountable.
You were.
I'm deaf in both of my ears right now. I can hear myself louder than I can hear Drew.
Yeah.
But other than that, Bitcoin's $100,000. 9/11 was an inside job. Trump assassination was an inside job. Or attempt assassination was an inside job. My bad. Holy, calm down.
Dude.
And shout out to the BitLab fam that's just getting in from the redirect.
Man, you just got us banned in like 5 seconds. I mean, I started it off pretty hot and heavy. We got Brianna. Happy birthday to your broski. She told me it's her brother's birthday, so happy birthday to him, Brianna. 18 today he is? 8 years old. Okay. He's still wholesome. Very nice. Very nice.
He hasn't been ruined by the economy and everything else.
He doesn't look like this kid. But you can always bounce back, right? You can always bounce back. Welcome in one, welcome in all to the blockchain basement. We got Rusty Bot, Laserface, Google Family Music, Devra, Madman Munro joining as a member. Thank you very much for supporting the blockchain basement with these $5 memberships per month or $1.25 a week. You can help me keep the lights on and keep all of this juicy crypto alpha flowing over this bull market into 2025. So excited for that. Thank you for joining. Deadwood won $1,000 on the stream last night. I was on the stream with Joshua Jake and Kelly Kellum. We had Dennis Porter on there, Mark Yusko. We randomly were able to select one person that was in the Twitter, reposting, retweeting, and Deadwood won $1,000. Shout out to you, dude. K-Jam dropping the memberships. It looks like Justin Bissum picked up a membership. Thank you very much. Green Day Profits, keeping your streets safe and dropping the members. My God, this feels good. 5 memberships, man. This is we're gonna make it.
Vino dropping a membership too.
This is cool.
It's raining today.
This is cool.
Freaking love it. It's what 100K Bitcoin does to people.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think the happiness comes from us at least having the right compass to use during this market, because there's a lot of people that were calling out, "Oh, we're gonna fall back down to $40,000, you guys," and they have their little spider lines and all these male horoscope things pointing to that way. I refuse. I look at historical data for how Bitcoin operates in terms of the 4-year cycle. Boy, howdy, do I have the juiciest chart in crypto and Bitcoin to show you today, show you how we are right on track and give you an estimate on when we could expect to see $150,000 Bitcoin in the year 2025. The date, the time frame is going to shock you. So this is very, very exciting. And yesterday, check this out. I had an insane day trading. I mean, the day was just full of wins here. Where is this? All the wins are put. This is me late at night as I was live streaming all the crypto bros with their green lights on, smoking their stogies. I rode along a 34x long on Bitcoin, closed it at 100 and I closed majority of it at $100,000. And then I closed the remainder of it, about 25% remaining at $102,000. Couple grabs with the first grab, 92% on that one. I have so many posts of charts. Here's just the overscope of my trading day yesterday. Let's just go through these because, man, it was one of the best trading days I've had in a long time. This is a Bitcoin long I did early in the morning for 39%. Another Solana long for 61% nearly. Then we moved over to Sandbox. Even though I disliked the project, I saw some juiciness on the chart. pulled out along at 25x for 32% in and out action there. And then another Bitcoin long for 18%. Before I entered that final long into Bitcoin, it was a great day on the charts, and I'm feeling wonderful. I've made a 20% move on Solana so far today. It's been a fast-moving day, and I'm just excited to be in crypto to bring you guys all the information that is unfolding as we move forward. Words can't even express how I feel this market is going, but right now you can take advantage. Click the link in our description if you want to join me in trading on 2bit. We have about 23 days on this promo period here. You use code BASEMENT, click the link in our description, and make sure, I've taken a different approach to this where essentially I am starting off with a very small portfolio, and I'm doing 25% or maybe up to 33% of the whole bag as a trade. No longer am I full clipping it. No longer am I setting a deep stop loss at 20%, because the deep stop losses, if you consistently get kicked in the stop loss, kicked in the rear by those, it'll cut you up quick. So what I do, minimize the exposure and then experience the massive upward gains on them. Then I can have multiple trades going on at a time. It's really given some gasoline to the tank here. Where we're sitting right now, I am in this Solana trade. I've taken 75% of the profit already off the table. Its remainder is barely anything down. So I'm basically out of this trade. I took about 80% off for 20%. All it took was this nice little green candle here. I went to Biscuit Belly. I owe Kelly a Biscuit Belly breakfast. And also, I got to get you back for the Panda Express. I got to get you back for that Panda Express. It dawned on me last night. I was like, I never Venmo'd him.
It was only like 10
I know,
bucks.
but it's a Biscuit Belly sandwich I could be getting you right now. For God's sakes, man.
That's fair. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good sandwich. So we're going out to eat probably tomorrow. But I am in the Solana show. I'm snooping around for some more trades to take. Let's check out where the liquidation levels are on Solana, because I'm having a lot of luck and good. God dang. That kind of looks like it wants to go back up to 243. A lot of the liquidation levels on Solana for like Binance and the other exchanges seem to be more true and tried than the liquidation levels that are shown for Bitcoin. I think it's time for me to stop fighting the algorithmic overlords that are changing these liquidation levels in real time, because you'll see a yellow line on Bitcoin in 1 second and then it'll completely disappear the next second. And essentially it'll just start ripping to the upside. So I am liking trading on Solana, and Sand has been pretty darn fun to trade. I'll check out where the liquidation levels are on Sand. Pretty cut and dry. Look at that. I cut through this, and then the longs just hammered back in on this candle here. Being careful about this. I'll keep an eye out on it, but we have a lot of great things to celebrate, you guys. This is our day for Bitcoin. We hit $100,000. It wasn't easy. Let's have a look at this. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. Bitcoin is just for buying drugs, a Ponzi scheme. This, as the number continued to go up, all of this, we fought so hard for this. Tulips, they're save the coin. My God. It's been so fun fighting against the narrative of these old school money market managers. Now they've adopted us. Feels a little weird. Holy cow. Cali Crypto Dude.
With the 20 gifted.
Whoa.
Membies. Hold on a second. Button.
Yeah, you got to hit that button, bro. 20 memberships. Cali Crypto Dude. Holy cow. Thank you very much for gifting all of these fine people watching the show right now memberships.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, you guys. Thank you very much for your support. And this channel was forged in fire. We were forged right at around $17,000 Bitcoin. I said, no, this is the floor. This is where we hold the line. What did I just break?
You dropped like a CD or something.
Okay, well, it's going to be fine. This is where this channel was forged. In fire, we were fighting back against the narrative of all the bears calling for $10,000 Bitcoin. We held the line. We said no. At 17K, sure. Went to 15.5. Still bought. Backed up the truck. Gave the calls about it. And over the last year, we've been beautifully transitioning into altcoins and absolutely outpacing the market. It's been an incredible ride, and it's just getting started. Shout out to Two Bros Mining as well. Member for 10 months. Long-term support there. To the moon. Thank you very much for that. Ooh. Here, hit me up with these. Sure. Oh yeah, I got some nicotine, some coffee grounds. These are on nicotine pouches. I'm not partnered with this, but I should be. I don't know if that's legal or not.
I don't really care.
Is it probably illegal?
I don't think it's legal.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
think so.
who we are partnered
Drugs.
with is 2Bit. Obviously, I talked about. You can use the code BASEMENT. Get trading on 2Bit right under Donald Trump in space right there. And you can also take advantage of our 20% off deal and become your own bank. Pick up your own Arculus cold storage wallet right here. You get 20% off the best, easiest to use cold storage wallet in crypto. You can orange pill your family, your friends very, very easily with this card. You tap it to your phone. All of a sudden, you have access to your cryptocurrency. It uses 3-factor authentication, and it is just an absolute beautiful design. So make sure to take advantage of this deal. And, for all the people that are going to be asking you about crypto and Bitcoin over this holiday season, they need education first. They need education first. And this is the greatest education time. This is, babe, why did you never give up on Bitcoin? Because he never did. This man had a live stream when Bitcoin hit its all-time high at $100 in 2013. Recently, he remade his live stream the moment that we hit $100,000. He looks tanner. He looks like he's in much better shape. This is what Bitcoin does to you.
Oh, yeah. It looks fantastic. And from 100, but adding 3 zeros behind the 100, kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he looks much healthier. This is his upbringing, man. No more acne. It's just, it clears up your skin.
Be like this guy when I grow up. I want to be like this guy when I grow up.
Shout out to him, man, though. This is the long-term mindset really paying off there. And right as we did hit these numbers, I'll just give this a highlight. Blockchain data showed a defunct exchange, Mt. Gox, did transfer 27,000 Bitcoin to an unknown address as a cryptocurrency price surged past $100,000. It was very, very interesting to see this go down. We'll zoom in on this because I'll show you exactly when this went down. The price acted in a very strange way. So here we are. We blasted into this realm. And right as we blasted up here, this is the moment that Mt. Gox decided to move its Bitcoin. And boy, howdy, did that have a little bit of a haircut, but surprising, it basically held that position. It only was a difference of about 2%. And now it's bouncing off this fib level here. Remember, we looked at this fib level. I was like, should I long it? I was like, no, I'm already in a Solana long. Maybe I should be careful. Yeah. I might want to be taking this long here during the show here. I'll keep an eye on this. Maybe it is time. We are printing a green dot on the 15-minute on the Vu Manchu Cypher B.
But the 1 minute.
Let's go to the 1 minute. Yeah, another green dot. All right.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh, maybe. Let's go a little bit deeper. Nothing on the 30-minute yet, but this might be an opportune moment. Okay. Well, here is what we got to talk about. Now, this chart that I've been operating off of for quite some time has been ringing quite true, and here's why. We'll go to this and through this in a very concise manner. So anyone new to crypto that's interested in Bitcoin, now that it's going to the absolute moon, can understand what the hell is going on here. So this is a Fibonacci sequence. What you're looking at, this rainbow colored chaos here. I'll hide this. This is the high point of 2021's price at $69,420 down to the low, which is at 14, right around $15,500 right there. So what has happened is we have broken through this entire price sequence from the 1.0 to the 1.618 Fibonacci realm, and it has taken us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks to print finally a candle within this. Now, as it sits right now, just barely over this level. But what is interesting about this chart and why I think history is simply just repeating, folks, is because this is the exact same structure that we had in the 2021 bull market. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, one less week, but essentially the same type of pattern. You go back in history even further. Let's see if we can pull this up live and actually do this live. I don't know if it's going to pull up the data old enough. but these patterns repeat consistently. I need the data all the way back to 2013. It cuts off right here for some reason. But essentially what we're doing here is we are rhyming with history. This is the general movement of Bitcoin. You hit the all-time highs, you fall back down to the lows in the red zone in the bear market. We had 2 entry points during the 2017 to 2021 bear market. I took major advantage of this one. I started learning about Bitcoin as it fell. Back in 2018, I did not have the extra capital to put into it, and I was a kind of a musician, so I really didn't have 2 pennies to rub together. But I did spend my time learning about crypto. And then when I finally had my money saved up, the government dropped me 1,200 extra bucks. I put my life savings into crypto on March 14th, right in there. Good God, when you really look at this, March 14th is when I did all this. Look at this, Isaac. This is March 16th. So I learned a lot about it, and I knew that it was right for me. I needed upward potential. Now, the rest is history. We did perform to the upper band of this price performance, and now we rinse and repeat. We go into our current bull market situation here, and what I'm looking at here is this. So how long did it take for us to break to the next level of the Fibonacci sequence? Let's have a close look at what history has done for us in Bitcoin to see how long it took to break to this realm. Took right around 49 days from the moment we broke into the red zone to the moment we were able to peek our heads into the perp. Now, where we're at right now, let's check out. I believe that would take us, Control Z, right? Yeah, okay. We go here, hold the same time frame. We just peeked our head here. I'm going to delete all this. What is this? Hell?
Where am I?
What is this? Hades? All right, there we go. Now, where we are to where it will be in 49 days, let's check it out. This is coming at right at around January 20th of 2025. If history repeats / rhymes, we'll see Bitcoin's price jackknife to the upper band of its next Fibonacci sequence within the next month and a half by January 20th. That is if this cycle continues to follow the same pattern that it has. But the beautiful thing about this analysis is that the market that I showed you previous did not have ETFs. This market did not have nation state FOMO. This market did not have traditional institutional adoption of crypto by any means. It was something that we were hoping and dreaming of. We were very hopeful for it. We were calling for it, but we did not have it. Now we fast forward to this moment. Donald Trump, Cynthia Loomis talking about a Bitcoin-backed dollar. We have all of the velocity necessary, in my opinion, to accomplish, again, the upper band of this price performance between $204,000 up to $240,000. Hold on. Let me do something. Bearded, shout out. Welcome to OG status. I think that's, it might be Bearded Disc Golfer, potentially.
Oh, he said he's been watching since the beginning. So
watching since the beginning. Thank you very much for the support. I very, very much appreciate that. You're helping me. We fell short of our goal for the AR, Isaac, but I still, we're still going to make it. And I still think I'm going to end up just getting you an AR. I can't tell you, and I don't know. Well, there's laws. We can work within the laws for this.
Of course, there's always laws. We can.
Yeah. No, we abide by.
We abide by the laws.
Yeah. Now, I think I got to get you. Moving on. It's been such a fun time. Now, this broke on the Hill today. Secret Service Director Rowe and GOP Representative Fallon broke out into a screaming match. Let's have a listen to what the hell's going on the Hill here.
Congressman, what you're not seeing is the sack of the detail out of the picture's view. And that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11. I actually responded to Ground Zero. I was there going through the ashes of the World Trade Center. I was there at Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that.
I was
I'm asking
there,
you if you were
Congressman.
were
I
you
was
the special
there
agent in charge?
to show respect
You were not.
for a Secret
Oh, that's
Service
a bunch of
member
horse
that
hockey.
died on 9/11.
Oh, that you were trying to be.
Do not invoke 9/11 for political purposes.
Oh, that I'm not. I'm invoking this.
You are, sir.
Gentlemen,
and
I'm
you
not.
are out of
Gentlemen,
line.
I would like to ask him a question.
Please.
You are
Order.
out
Don't
of
try to
line,
bully
Congressman.
me. Don't
Way
try
out
to
of
bully
line.
me. I am an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are
I
playing
am a
politics.
public servant who has served this nation, and
You
spent
won't answer the
time
question.
on our day, on our country's darkest
Mr.
day.
Chairman,
Committee
he will
will
not
come
answer
to
Do not
order.
politicize it.
Committee will come to order.
I'm asking you serious questions for the American people, and they're very simple. They're not trick questions. Were you the special agent in charge that
No,
day?
I wasn't. I was there
Oh, no,
representing
Mr.
the
Chairman,
United
getting
States
hot.
Secret
Asking you yes or
Service,
no.
sir.
Mr. Fallon, your
and
time's
did not
expired.
affect protective
Fallon,
You
operations.
know why you were
time's
there?
expired.
Because you wanted to be visible, because you were auditioning for this
I was
job.
there to
that
pay
you're not gonna
respect for a
get
fallen
till
member of
January
this
20th.
agency.
You endangered
You are
President
out of
Biden's
line,
life,
Congressman.
Vice
You are
President
out of
Harris's
line.
life, because you put those agents out of position.
Mr.
Because you have a
Chairman.
radio with
Mr.
you.
Fallon,
and
your
you wear a
time
vest,
has
you have a
expired.
weapon.
Mr.
No.
I did, sir.
God damn, that got heated there. Now, it looks like this is a conversation in reference to the Trump assassination. And Director Howe decides to use the emotional plea that he was there at 9/11. Where were you? Talking about all that, just to kind of pull the heartstrings, trying to sway the conversation away from his responsibility as the Secret Service director during the Trump assassination. Why were those agents not in place? Why was that rooftop not being overseen? That is a pretty clear and obvious question to be asking. You bring up all the sentimentals. Yes, a lot of people died on 9/11, but we are now 23, 24 years beyond that, and someone just tried to kill the next leader of the free world on a slopey roof that you say for some reason was too dangerous to be on. It's pretty questionable. Pretty questionable. How old am I? How old do I look? I want the chat to, because I want to feel young. How old do I look, you guys? Let me know in the chat how old you think I am, and then I will tell you. God damn it. Crypto Steve-O telling me I'm 68. You take that back, man. Oh, pretty close, Deadwood. Pretty close. I'll let the questions. I'm going to let that simmer for a minute before I answer this question. Son of a bitch.
420.
KJM nailed it. And Adam Bowdy. You guys nailed. I'm 36 years old.
Rusty Bot,
That was good.
429.
Maybe my soul is 429 years. I'm like one of those decrepit Japanese men that just eat rice and live forever.
Maybe we
That
should
could
try
be
that.
me. Now, moving on, other chaos on the blockchain is broken out as CoffeeZilla goes in on Hawk token Haley Welch. She spat on that thing for show, sends her straight to Tua prison. Let's have a listen to this.
Most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account.
Woo!
What are you guys doing?
No, that's not true.
That is true. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We
We
trust
know.
me, we were there.
It's false, but we know.
We can answer that.
you
no
know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider.
You just
trading.
said you know.
That's why we can answer it.
Okay, so there's tokens
CoffeeZilla,
going directly from the main account.
CoffeeZilla, just chill.
Just
for a
chill,
second.
bro.
and it's
Daddy
getting
chill.
sold for 50K. Who is that?
That's definitely not us. You think we're doing this for 50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us. Now,
Not this
we had-
guy.
What
we had
everyone
a-
says, by the way.
Listen, doesn't
Not
matter.
me.
No, I'm not everyone. There was a
You're different.
strategic allocation, right, through a foundation. Every single one of those was signed through a SAFT. The deployer wallet. You've heard of
She signed that
strategic
shaft, I'll bet
allocation
you.
or a
How
private
much did
sale.
y'all get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make?
Mhm.
It's not that we
Selling out
made.
your fans. So other
Over here,
people
can you give
dump on your
exact?
fans.
Hold on, CoffeeZilla. Take a chill pill, bro.
How do you chill?
Yeah, so
Ruby.eth
just
is just
rug pulled a bunch of people.
spamming
No, there's
emoji.
no rug. We're here every single day. There's no rug pull. And it's not done by us. Yes, snipers sniped it up to an
So they say there's no rug pull. Okay. Well,
He's gonna have to talk to a judge.
here's what they're saying is not a rug pull. This thing immediately pumped up to, and it wasn't even available to like the public. It pumped up to $500 million. It has since fallen by, what is this? What is this? Hell? Where am I? It has fallen by, let's see. Why does that cover up the actual chart? What is, do you see what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. What
94%. All right, we got to show this. So 94%. Look at this. You can't even, it's so squished, you can't even see what the hell's going on. This is a clear and tried rug pull. Now, let's check out what the top traders are, right? Let's check it out. Let's see what was happening on here. If there's any big buys and sells. Here's one guy bought $1 million, sold it for $2 million. There's dev sales all over the place. This is clear insider action here, clear insider allocations, no buys, just sells. It's clear as day. They're denying it to the, but this came out, what is it, like
yesterday?
Well, they announced it about a month ago, and I was like, she's going to rug this thing. She's going to rug it. Everything, oh, no, she's a public influencer. There's no way.
He's not going to do that.
Dude, the woman that went out there drunk and said she spat on that thing. What makes you think that she won't spit on you, too? Just incredible. Now, we did have Nick Rich, Choose Rich Nick, in the space here. He finally got accepted up to speak at it. It was so crazy.
But I mean, let's be clear, like all of us, as much as we can say it's experimental, like we all run, like I run a business as well. And I have operational costs, and it's cool when, like, for example, those operational costs, for example, afford me to go fly somewhere internationally first class, for example. I'm just using this as an example. So there's like an incentive for someone who's like operating a business to basically like have a successful operation that's going. So I'm sort of curious, like not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual like
hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Just out of nowhere.
Okay. I guess we're talking over here, and I don't know what the distribution is, but are you guys able to speak in terms of like?
It's been a rough day.
It's been a rough day for you, Doc.
Tomorrow, Nick. We ain't going nowhere.
You can't just tell me what your salary is from this. I'll tell you what mine is.
And they end it. So that's great. Really good feelings on the blockchain there. And you know what? This all was going down as Bitcoin was breaking into $100,000. So while people that were speculating on this idiotic meme coin were getting demolished, people that just remain based, hold better projects, and don't really try shooting for the moon with their whole portfolio or even large clips of their portfolio experience massive upside. But we do have streamers coming out with their horror stories. This is Ash Robin, down $20,000 on the Hawk token right now. Is he acting like he's going to get it back or something? Really hope Haley Welsh can provide us with some roadmap. Can someone call the devs? Let's have a listen to him.
What's up, Haley, Hawk Tua girls? So I just bought your token, and I'm down about like $20,000 right now. I'll flip it around real quick. We can take a look at this chart.
Oh my God.
So as you can see right here, I bought the token here around like $500 million market cap, and right now it's sitting at like 70 mil. And so I was just wondering if I could get like a refund for this, or like what the fuck is going on here, because I don't know, this isn't really looking the best. And I kind of bought because I thought that you were going to provide a lot of utility and stuff. And
what utility were you expecting out of a girl who spits on that thing? Honestly, like,
I don't know.
Really? You know what kind of internet utility comes out of that, bro? Can I get a refund? No, they can't get a refund, but it does look like some people are taking up the helm on this. Berwick Law posted this. If you lost money on Hawk, contact the firm to learn about your legal rights. Our firm represents thousands of NFT and token investors in securities matters. This is attorney advertising. So interesting to see the basic uprising, and people kind of banding together. And it really, honestly, kind of needs to happen. When you have situations like this, people are losing tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars on these idiotic things. Yes, they had to press the buy button, but when you just flat out rug it and you have only insider dev cells on the top traders, all of this stuff is on chain. Like what I showed you on Dex Screener, they can find this in Discovery. Okay. These things are easily found and talked about in the court of law should it come down to it. And I really, really hope that some sort of justice comes for the people that just got taken. And honestly, I would be a happy guy if I didn't have to ever hear about Haktua's next $10 million paycheck that she made, because that is an absolute negative black mark, black eye to society, making people like her famous. So with that being said, I'm moving on. I have a post just highlighting Deadwood. Damn, he won. Can't believe he won. You're sure damn right, baby. And he's thinking about just if you move the funds into the leverage realm, just work diligently, my brother. You have to be part of my Discord. I am considering maybe joining the Telegram Josh has got going. I am working the details out, but for now, I'm still trading everything on 2-bit. And you know what? I mean, my general operation here, I took vast majority of this trade off the table right there. And things are going well. So now this is a moon bag. This trade in particular, it only has like $150 left in it. And it's a complete moon bag because I've already taken like $200 profit on this trade. But snooping around for my next one, just use diligence. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to trade effectively. Now, we're going to get into the altcoin section. We're going to take a quick gander at the portfolio to see who's the biggest gainer for today. It is Morpho, but right below it, on my heels.
Yeah, baby, I told y'all yesterday, be ready.
Unbelievable. This guy's on my heels. Drift Protocol. This is Isaac's pick from like 25 cents. It has found its support. It looks like that dollar point, that $10-ish point was the floor, the new midterm kind of floor for Drift Protocol. And we are seeing a great amount of movement on the price action as of this morning. On the day, it's up 20%, looking good. Great to have in the portfolio, feeling good about it. Now, Memecoin trying to wake back up. That's great. It's more of a virtue hold just because it was such an early call. And I like Trump. If they rug it to zero, it is what it is. But I'm going to ride this thing all the way to Valhalla through this whole damn presidency, probably. Akash Network. Whoa, what is going on with that? Is that going nuts? We getting hacked by aliens?
Getting hacked by aliens.
Yeah, it's weird. Alien base token. Look at this. 10%. And Swell Network waking up for me at 10% up. Aether trying to hit that 8-cent mark. That's great. Really not going to wake up, I'd imagine, until about February, March of 2025 around the AI narrative. That's when you'll see things like Aether, Near, Render really, really run. Aerodrome Finance still knocking on that door of $2. And boy, howdy, do I have some great details and analytics about the growth happening in Aerodrome Finance. And Near Protocol showing some good life. Jupiter. I mean, most things are up. It's nice to see that a large majority of these altcoins are up while Bitcoin has been doing what it's been doing. Because if you rewind a little bit to when Bitcoin would pump up to $70,000, altcoins would really fall behind. Now it looks like the tide is turning and altcoins are starting to print in a major way. Now, this came out of DGen News. Phantom, the wallet, is integrating with Sui Network soon. Sui is looking pretty damn juicy. It looks like Sui is partnering up with Phantom. And I am still in that $10 to $20 price target realm for Sui in this bull market. But if they continue this kind of expansion, this expansion and development, I think that number may change as it sits right now. It's sitting right at around $15, what I expect Sui to accomplish this market. But if they keep rolling out these integrations and they keep growing at the rate that they're currently doing, that number is probably going to have to increase on my projection. Now, this from Aerodrome, total value locked hit an all-time high of $1.6 billion. Volume hit $7.1 billion, the second best ever. Fees hit an all-time high of $7.1 million, and the total rewards hit $8.4 million, second best ever. All while the emissions hit a record low. This is incredibly bullish metrics for Aerodrome at large. This is the total value locked graph. absolutely going parabolic. We got the volume going nuts. This is not our national debt. This is the amount of volume happening on my deep altcoin pick. It's great. We have swap fees as well going to the sky. And this is not the amount of males with vaginal injuries. This is swap fees on Aerodrome. And then we have fees and bribe rewards. So absolutely going nuts on Aerodrome. I'm super excited about it. And my price target still remains generally the same. I think Aerodrome is going to get damn near $50 billion market cap this cycle. Looking in between $30 to $50 billion for Aerodrome this cycle. And that, honestly, if it does hold the trajectory it has right now, is going to be enough capital for me to, that might be enough capital in and of itself on that altcoin to buy a home. So I'm very, very excited about it. Now, it did, this just more highlights the CBBTC product has contributed to the increase in volume. This is what I was saying. The CBBTC product is going to create absolute chaos on the Base network and on the Solana network for these DeFi applications. KJam gifted another membership. Shout out to you. Thank you very much for that.
Super chat. Don't know who it was from.
A super chat.
But it was, check out
Stader.
Stader.
Okay.
Don't know what that is, but
Stader. All right. I'll check it out. You super chatting me $5. All right. $5 is $5. Let's see here. Stader. Let's see. Yeah. What do we got? $1.38 up 20% on the day. Let's see how much life is in this. It's liquid staking on the BNB chain. BNB is nothing we should be fading either. The Binance token is breaking out into price discovery as we speak. Let's go here to the all-time. So all-time market cap looking very, very nice. This is actually an extremely healthy chart pattern to be looking at. Overall price, different than market cap. Something here to note. Very, very different in terms of price and market cap, probably related to the token unlocks. Let's see what kind of data we have about this. It's been a very steep token unlock schedule. It looks like it's going to try to wane the velocity of the token unlock, say mid-2025. It currently has a total supply of 120 million tokens with 40 million out. So there's quite a bit still to come out about this. Let's see how much data it is, because if it is, like, tokenomics matter a lot in a bear market and matter a little bit less in a bull market. So we got to keep that in mind. All time, this thing goes back to around March of 2022. It released at the literal worst time possible to release as a project, right into a bear market. Man, that's pretty brutal. It did prove multiple lows as its floor here at 30 cents. And over the past year, proved that low once again and has skyrocketed up to $1.37. Very, very interesting. Now it's got contracts. Let's check out all the different contracts. We got Binance, we got Ethereum contracts, we got Phantom, Polygon, Near, and Aura. Very interesting. Nice ecosystem interoperability there. Okay. Not hating it so far. We're deep diving here. We're deep diving, folks. I'm going in. Let's see. So 99,000 followers. And it's followed by CB Duck. CB Duck is a good one. Virtual Bacon, another really good account. They pay attention to stuff very concisely. Not too many likes, but honestly, it's probably flown pretty under the social radar. I'm gonna have to keep a pretty damn close eye on this one. Now, this is something that I don't even think is going to exist at the end of this bull market, but might have some upward trajectory. They don't have a huge profile, but they are trying out here. They're on BNB, Hedera, Polygon, Ethereum, and all the rest that I listed. Let's go in here to check out the website here. I'm doing a deep dive. Let's see here. Let's see if they're doxed. About Stader. Where you at? I want to see the doxing. Blockchain expansion. Who's behind this thing? Where's the team? I need to find the team. Let's maybe go to Dune. It doesn't list the team, though. I don't like that.
Nope.
I don't like that. Let's see here. Stader Labs. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep looking at this thing. Stader revenue. All right, let's check this out. See if we can get the revenue numbers. This is Dune Analytics. This gives you kind of on-chain data for how much revenue, how many users, all that good stuff. Cumulative revenue distribution. Okay. That's not bad. We do see a steep increase in the revenue there. Okay. Revenue distribution looks like it's pretty good distribution there. Polygon side, cumulative rewards and Polygon rewards. There's some upside on the reward side for this. Definitely doesn't look dead. Looks like some big movers maybe recently moved into this thing and started just deciding to choose violence on this chain. Potentially. We'll keep an eye out on that one. Very, very interesting. Now, moving on to the other projects here, we obviously have Drift. It hit an all-time high of $1 billion in deposits. Isaac, are you ready for this?
I've been ready since 25 cents. I already know.
Yeah, man. I think this is going to be probably your biggest pick of the cycle. Yeah.
I'm going to be buying more tomorrow.
Yeah, this is a good one. So hitting an all-time high in terms of deposits, earning yield automatically is a very, very fast growing. This is also a product that is on Solana that has access to the CBBTC product. This CBBTC product wrapped Coinbase Bitcoin that is causing all of this insane upside on the base DeFi plays that I have are also operable on Drift, Jupiter, Radium. It's a very, very under the radar product that I think is going to have insane repercussions for price in a positive manner this cycle. DeFi Summer is going to be discussing. So now we have Fort Lake Asset Management, a fund manager backed by JP Morgan, launching a tokenized fund on Sonic Labs. So I'm going to be more so, because you know me, I already know, and we all know about Chainlink. But what is this Sonic Labs doing on this inside move with the big players? It looks like it's on Phantom. Sonic Labs. I think we've done this is included in the Aerodrome video, right? Remember with the Aerodrome, there's this whole controversy. Aerodrome was like supposedly behind taking their code. Now Sonic Labs, previously known as the artist known as Phantom, is what we're looking at here. So it looks like Sonic Labs, which was Phantom, integrating with Chainlink and JP Morgan, fund manager JP Morgan, on this CCIP and smart data move will likely be key drivers for fund adoption and utility. And there are some interesting words that have come out from Sergey. Shout out to Coins Chick as well, dropping more memberships. KJam dropping more memberships. I love it. Thank you very much, you guys. I really appreciate the support. Holy God, we have so many memberships being dropped today. You guys are making my heart swell now. Let's go to the bookmarks here, because I saw this right before I went live and I didn't put it on the overall, but here we go. Let's listen to Sergey and what he's talking about when in terms of real world adoption.
Managers are fundamentally adopting it because the quality and the usefulness of on-chain financial assets is superior for their user base. There's lower risk, better redemption times, more information, access to products that didn't exist before. And there's now a big enough community of users that hold stable coins, cryptocurrency, or can implement an off-chain payment in order to buy an on-chain asset, that market is big enough, and it's only growing. So as the market that can buy all of those assets grows, and as the success of the on-chain tokenized funds and buy-side asset grows, I think you get into this virtuous cycle that just keeps growing and growing, and that's what we're seeing the start of.
Absolutely love it. And I couldn't agree more. It's a snowball rolling down a hill. And as these asset managers see the amount of fees they're able to reduce, as they see the infrastructure, they're able to scale back in the human side and move towards blockchain-based assets, real-world assets. This is going to get absolutely crazy. And we think that a few $1 trillion is a massive amount of money in terms of the entire amount of assets that are on the planet. We are a toenail, a fly on the body of an elephant, which is real world finance. And as we see this flywheel kick open, I do feel like we are on track to see over $16 trillion worth of value on real world asset projects in particular by 2030. This is just the beginning of the real world adoption and the absolute insane upside that's going to be involved with it. Now, I did have this from BitLink Master. Bringing up, we know about Alien Base. Alien Base is on Base Chain. It is a great decentralized exchange. I just added it to my portfolio at the beginning of the week, and it's already had some great gains. But I want to look at Psycho. What the heck is Psycho? Let's check this out, see what we're dealing with here. We're doing some deep dives. Psycho on Sol. Maybe we have to go to Twitter. But this is going to get weird. Pull this down because Twitter might get... When you're typing in a random word from Japan on Twitter...
you can get absolutely anything on Twitter.
Yeah, it's a risky business. What do we got here? Michael M, $4 super chat. Not sure if you've covered Danzo, a Cardano meme casino, but 120 into it yesterday. Did he miss the boat? Coin Gecko has the info. I'll check that out for you, brother. Appreciate the super chat here. Cardano meme tokens. Easy, Isaac. Easy.
My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Easy.
I apologize.
All right. So we got Seiko watches. That's probably not it. Let's see here.
I think I'm
Seiko
going to stay.
crypto.
I'm going to keep it down for now.
Yeah, I want to find out what the hell this is here. Let's see. You're going to have to give me the contract address on this thing. There's too many things called Seiko. Look, now I got a bunch of watch advertisements coming after me. You know what? Watches. Okay, we got to have a talk about watches.
Okay.
So a lot of people in crypto like to flex Rolexes, right?
Yay, but yes.
I am kind of hard on my watches here. Like I have a 511 watch. I've had it for, God, I can't even remember. Maybe like 3 years, maybe 4 years. It is beat to hell. Still works like a charm. Isaac, are you going to be one of those dudes that goes out to the Rolex shop?
Buy the Rolex? No.
Are you going to do it?
No, that's stupid. Why waste
What
the money?
kind of watch are you going to get then?
A regular watch for like $40 most?
Okay, $40. What? I mean, come on. This is like 300. You can pay like a Rolex is like 25 grand. You know?
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But you don't really need an expensive watch. I mean, it's good. It's a watch either way.
I mean, what's your theory? Because I feel weird because I don't want anything. Like when my wife asked me for, what I want for Christmas, I really can't come up with anything. Like all I want is houses and, an armored Sequoia. That's all.
That's fair. I want a vehicle and an apartment.
A vehicle and apartment?
Yep.
Okay.
That's all I need. And then
Okay.
everything else going right back into crypto.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I get it. Am I an idiot for not wanting a fancy watch? Like,
easy answer, no, you're not.
I mean, Matt B has a good point. It's an investment. There are a lot of them that have gold that can act as investments. I saw some dudes buying Rolexes, and the amount of gold that was on the Rolex was cheaper than the amount of spot gold at the time. So that is a play. I've seen that happen. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't really value the watch. And I have little kids. They would take the watch and they would just go to the back of my house in the woods and leave it under a log, and I would never see it again.
Yeah,
that's a fear of mine.
You don't want to be like certain people like we had here who spend money on stupid things for no reason.
I would rather like pay you and Brianna a bunch of money, right? Like instead of wasting it on fancy cars and all this stuff.
Have terrible gas mileage and always are going to be in the shop.
That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. Nothing for Christmas. Crypto disappoints you every day. Roman, oh my God, what is your portfolio, Roman? Please leave me with that. My wife, she doesn't like this conversation. She does not like this conversation. Fair enough. Well, now I have some other news. It looks like the beta is officially live for our partner Sentiment. You can click the link in our description and get in early on the beta testing for this new project. This is very similar to what we saw with Brave Browser last cycle. You're getting paid for your sentiment on different products. Kind of like what we just talked about, actually. I didn't even mean to do that. But it's, are you getting a Rolex? Are you getting a G-Shock? Are you more utility based on your watches? Or you like the fancy stuff? So
are you getting houses? Or are you getting vehicles? All that stuff.
Absolutely. And so this is, you give your sentiment on these different products and you actually get paid. I see some people, they're in the testnet now. This is from HGTP at Tournament, talking about, keep in mind, this is a testnet, not real Ethereum, but he earned 174 of their testnet Ethereum for sharing his thoughts on the survey. They're getting started. They're making sure the system works, and the beta testing is live, folks. So if you want to get in early and you want to have direct access to the devs on this project, click the link in our description, fill out the form, and you can get part of this. This is a very, very cool thing to see rolling out, and I'm pretty damn excited about it. Now, something else that excites me is French voters want Macron to resign. 59% of French voters want Macron to resign. And we did see the French PM. Let's type it in here. Oh, man, this might get weird, too. X is
already down. Not even going.
Thank you very much. Let's see here. Where's the latest? Because I saw that the French PM might have to resign as well. We have a lot of changes going on. Macron to address the French nation soon after a no confidence vote triggers his PM's resignation. Now we're going to have a address from Macron coming up. We'll see how that goes. People are pretty sick of this pansy who led them into damn near World War III needlessly and caused all those pension problems in France. More power to him. Now, yesterday, I was like, I don't know if that United Healthcare thing was a hit. I don't know if it was just random in New York. You remember what I was talking about? Like
yeah, I remember it. And then I saw the video you posted on X about it.
That looked like a hit.
That was a hit. He had a suppressor and everything.
Yeah, man. Now, the shooter apparently of the United Healthcare chief executive, Brian Thompson, wrote deny, defend, depose. 3 different words on different shell casings that were left at the scene, as reported by ABC News. The words echo the name of a book about how insurers won't pay claims. This is an earthquake for corporate America. Very, very crazy stuff. And we look into this further. This young autist seems to be better than their local police department at locating the whereabouts of this individual.
Okay, we're good now.
Low tech.
What just happened?
So there was unfortunately a very sad shooting in Manhattan where the United Healthcare CEO was shot. Seemed like he was targeted. Very, very terrible. But then I was watching the news this morning, and the police chief at the news conference said that the assailant fled on a city bike, on an e-bike. Which is like crazy that a criminal would flee on a bike, like especially a city bike. But I've been scraping city bike data for the past few weeks. This is not it right here. This is it right here where, I can see where every individual bike has been. So I can see, okay, like this, let's see, like right here, bike number like 2164382 entered a dock at 2:03 p.m. and then it exited the dock. Someone else took the bike at 2:13 p.m. At station number 1058, which is Columbus Ave and West 59th Street.
Yeah.
So using all this data, I can see, I checked all the possible rides that the assailant could have fled on, and there were like only 8 rides within the time frame of the shooting. Only one of them was headed northbound through Central Park, so that was, which is what the police said that the guy went through. So I'm like really, really confident that this one ride was where the guy ended up. So he ended up on the Upper East Side. So yeah, I tweeted this. I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting, and a bunch of people reached out, and like the tweets getting a lot of likes now.
Yeah, why the fuck do you have this data around?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I like making kind of fun, weird websites that show data in an interesting way, and like I thought it'd be cool to make a site that shows like in real time like all the city bike rides in New York. Because like this isn't data that you can normally get. Like I had to reverse engineer the Lyft app to get this, so it's like data that you really can't get.
It's not easy to do either.
What did you do?
I know.
So like in the Lyft app, if I like want to go and get a bike, let's say I like click on this stock right here, I can see that, oh, like bike 437,034 is there and like 382,600 is there. This is not public data, but like Lyft does give it in the app. Like it's not easy to get from their like public data APIs, but you can see it in the app. So I reverse engineered this endpoint. And
reverse engineered the endpoint.
Check every minute, every dock in New York. So I've just been sitting on the data. I haven't made the website yet, but I have the data at least. So yeah.
My God.
This is like me and K-Jam degenerate stuff.
This did remind me of K-Jam a little bit.
It's so difficult to do, though. To reverse engineer an entire platform like that takes some time.
Shout out to him. But, I mean, it's pretty weird. We had this from Unusual Whales. The CEO was receiving death threats about the lack of coverage, as his wife had said, per the Wall Street Journal. A lawsuit was filed in 2023. The United Healthcare was using an AI model with a 90% error rate to deny care. This is per Reuters. They were using an AI model that was just flat out denying care to people. And, you know, when you really look at the statistics here, United Healthcare had the highest claim denial rates by insurance companies per lending tree. Kaiser Permanente, the lowest denial rates at 7%. As you can see, United Healthcare, the far and by and large, the leader at 32% denials. This is pretty concerning when you think about the automation of everything, and then your literal life or your healthcare depends on it, and some AI algorithm just says, no, we're not going to give that to you, and then potentially might have triggered or gotten that guy to a fight or flight moment where he took things into his own hands. It's nothing that I wish anyone would do. Like, violence in that manner, never called for. But that's where it gets weird. Unless your life is in danger. His wife's life could have been potentially in danger by being denied. It's not like, so the CEO has a degree of separation because he's not the AI model in particular. He's not the system that's saying no, but he is the lead of the company that employs the system that at large is saying no to the most people out of any of them.
It's still not a reason to kill somebody over.
This is a very weird subject to talk about. I mean, you think about your wife is going to die, right?
Yeah, but that's not like, it's a threat to her life, but it's not a threat to you directly, and it doesn't give you a reason to kill somebody.
It's not if your life or someone around you, their life is in danger. That's what justifies deadly force.
Yeah, but at the same time, they weren't being attacked.
They weren't being attacked. They're being denied help.
Yeah, still not a reason to kill someone, in my opinion.
Yeah. This is a blurry line.
It's so difficult to try to wrap your head around.
They should make a movie about this, honestly. This would make a great movie.
Or they should just clarify that law.
Yeah. Now we have former Washington Post reporter Taylor Lorenz saying, we want these executives dead after the murder of this healthcare CEO. I do not agree with this by any means. Calls for this kind of movement really quite a bad thing, especially when you're talking about a demographic like New York. This is where things get weird, though, man. If you're just being flat out denied healthcare on something that you paid for, like you pay for healthcare your whole life, right? You pay for the service to be available, for the insurance to be available. You pay for these services. And then some algorithmic system is just like, no, she's gonna die, right? It's just a click, not even a click of a button, just an automated answer. This is where things get weird in the timeline here. So, very, very
Kid
interesting.
on the couch has never had a wife. I'm 18. Shut up.
You're probably gonna come out of this bull market with at least a girlfriend. I'll bet you.
I doubt it.
Just don't show him your bags. All right, just don't show her your bags. Now, first, the final thing I have to talk about: the shoe scam, the big shoe scam. You're paying $200 for companies like Nike, Puma, Adidas to give you foot problems that only get worse over time. Here's why they're ruining your health and what you can do instead. Now, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but it's also worth your health. Let's take a look at this picture. Move my face out of the way so we can really get a good glimpse.
Look at these feet. I
went through this. I went through this. This is how your foot sits natural, right? Okay, you got the lean in timber here. You got the weird angle on this toe. No big deal, okay? Nothing to worry about. What is different about these two pictures is that your pinky toe is squished into these stupid designs of these shoes nowadays, which squish your feet together. And I used to wear shoes like this and realized that it was causing a lot of pain to my knees. Incidentally, the tendon that the pinky toe is connected to affected this outside of my knees, okay? And it actually caused a lot of pain. And I'm a pretty big dude. It's a pain in the ass moving myself around as it is. But when I have shoes that constrict my pinky toe, I cannot stand for such a thing in a literal manner. So with that being said, make sure to always get wide toe shoes. Now, something that my wife wife has done. She got me these little like toe spacers.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
I know this is getting weird.
That's
okay,
getting
but
really
just hang
weird.
with me.
The chat is just unhinged.
Yeah. So AI
photo.
war in South Cali were flip flops. Now this matters. Okay, I know that we're talking about our bags going up, but long term foot health matters as well, especially for people like Green Day. Man, he's having to stand up and chase criminals all day. You know, he's having to run all over the place. Your feet get tired from standing and they hurt. So please, for the love of God, buy wide-toed shoes. I love 511 boots because they have all the room. Make sure you got nice room to wiggle your little toe. Okay, get that balance in. We were designed to not have shoes on. We have the pinky toe. See how my pinky, it's like wide, it's holding on. You can't really see it here, but it is a stabilizing mechanism. Now, when we squish that toe in and we walk around like this, what do you think happens to our balance? What do you think happens to the ligaments that we're not designed for this? Wide feet lives matter. Damn it. Forget you can be drafted white. Wide feet lives matter.
I'm quiet for a reason. Welcome to the Feet Chain Basement.
All right.
Golly.
It's been a hell of a day. I love and appreciate Basement Toe Coin. What a beautiful day. Use toe spacers. Yes, MJ. No, Gustavo, I got to talk about toes. Okay, I got to talk about toes. I appreciate all of you. There were some pretty deep picks in there, and I have more projects that actually my wife was bringing up to me last night that actually look pretty interesting. I'm doing more deep dives on them before I present to you these new projects. Plan on releasing these tomorrow, Friday, for our DGen action. And I love and appreciate all you. Cali Crypto Dude. Thank you for all those memberships as well, Cali Crypto Dude. Shady Bandito, what you got?
You can keep going. I'm
okay.
finish it off.
Sufficient enough. I still need to show the shot that Sufficient Enough took, man. He took an amazing kill on his hunt out there. Absolutely good work. Dramola, the War Player, Bad Fox, K-Jam, Crypto Stevo, Slim Cheeses, Nate 707, Fallen Gesture, 11-7 Productions with the Jesus Coin shout out. Maybe, you know, 'tis the season. Jesus Coin rose very nicely last December. Sack, Nasty, Benny Blue Eyes. I love and appreciate all you. Deal with it. I have to talk about toes every now and again. I'll see you on Friday. Take care. The Blockchain Basement is powered by Arculus. This is the world's leading crypto cold storage where you can easily secure, buy, swap, send, and receive all your crypto with a simple tap using 3-factor authentication to make sure to keep your assets safer than ever. Make sure to support the channel. Use code BASE10 and click the link down in the description to get your hands on your security today.